today I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on this Corolla. I know I've been asked quite a bit about the turbo and when I'm going to put it on here, and I want to put it on there like yesterday, but timing and money and things like that just have not lined up perfectly, so that's why this car has not had a turbo yet. But hopefully soon. I'm pretty much got all the parts I need to redo everything. There were a few things that I ended up ruining when I took off the turbo the first time, and a few things I left on the old car because I didn't know how they were going to work. But today I just want to kind of go over a few things and just talk to you about my plans on how I'm going to do this. Alright, so I figured I'd just start in here. This Corolla, I've had it for maybe 3 months now. It's been running pretty good. I have mentioned to you guys before that I've had this weird like ticking type of noise in the transmission area. I still can't pinpoint it. I don't know if it's like a worn out bearing or something like that, but other than that, the car has been running perfectly fine. No issues, no check engine lights, very smooth, everything. So that is one of the biggest things that I didn't want to just slap a turbo on this car right away, was because I wanted to make sure this engine was healthy. It's gone through, it'll probably be my second oil change in the next month or so since I've owned it, and just making sure everything is running good on this car before I actually throw a turbo on it, because it would be pointless to just put a turbo on a car and the engine is no good or something like that. So that's one thing. I've just been kind of testing this car out, making sure everything is working good. Obviously I've been just doing a few things like cosmetically. I've been just doing a few other little things like the coilovers and a few miscellaneous parts I've added, but so far the engine is completely stock. Everything looks good, other than I threw a K&N drop-in filter in here when I first got the car, just because it needed a new filter. But other than that, it's been stock. It's been driving good. Transmission shifts really good too, surprisingly, so I don't hear any synchro noises or problems with that. So that is just one thing. I didn't want to just jump straight into a turbo because I wanted to make sure everything was running smooth first. I wish I could pinpoint that other problem. Like I said, I don't know if the only other thing I can think of is like either it is a worn out bearing in the transmission and it's prematurely failing, or someone did like a clutch replacement on this car and I don't know, like dropped something in there or did something and didn't align something properly. I don't know. So that's one other thing too that I'm still kind of taking like a little risk, is I don't know transmission wise, I don't know how good this is, but everything else does seem to be perfectly fine. But I do think also having this car, I notice a rattle when I start the car, which I'm pretty sure is the VVTi solenoids or whatever they are. That definitely will have to be fixed sooner or later, but I know that won't affect anything right now as we speak. Now heading into the matrix, or my storage unit here. This is a package I just got from Turbo Kits the other day because I had to order like $500 worth of parts from them. The majority of them being fuel injectors, but I just ordered a bunch of miscellaneous stuff just in case I need it or I ruined it or I lost it, because I honestly don't know where half the hardware is. So I just pretty much reordered a lot of the hardware in here. So, and you can also see too, the turbo is just sitting here rusting away. I was thinking about potentially trying to coat that. I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's just a lot of surface rust. But like these coolant lines and stuff, they got bent and they got ruined. That's something I ordered new ones of. Just a few little miscellaneous things that I needed. But if we look, like I ordered a new elbow because I think when I was putting mine on, I ruined it because they told you to cut it, but I think I cut too much, but it was still working. I got some new fuel injectors, the 550cc fuel injectors. I got those. Got a new gasket for the downpipe to the turbo itself. Like I said, just a bunch of miscellaneous hardware and the hoses and stuff. So I wanted to get all that replaced before I do it again. I just want to make sure everything gets on there properly. that is pretty much like what I've been waiting for, is just parts and making sure everything that I need to make the transition to the turbo as smooth as possible. There were a few things that I learned and wanted to fix when I first did it, and I didn't have the stuff and I was kind of in a rush to do it, so I'm trying to take my time on this one now. Turbo kits gives you like, I would say they get you like 95% of everything you need. There's a 5% stuff that like you don't need, they don't give you, because it's like tools or a grinder or things like that that kind of prohibit you from doing a full install on this car if you don't have those tools either. Because something I didn't really pay attention to when I first did this was there's a part of the, like, I don't want to say like the subframe, but there's a part of the like radiator support that you have to cut, and there's also a part over here that you have to cut in order to run your intercooling piping. And definitely did I not have the right tools to do it. I did it, but I did not have the right tools to do it. So there's a few things, like I said, that I've just been trying to clean up, making sure everything goes smooth on this car. So it is a lot of work, so you never realize that. So it seems simple, like when you kind of watch people like go through it quickly, but when you actually have to do the nitty-gritty stuff, making sure everything aligns, tightening all the bolts, everything like that, it starts to become a big pain. I do have a few other little things for the Corolla I want to do first. It's not anything big, but it's just a few other little things I had lined up, so I'm just trying to get myself caught up. As you saw, the last couple videos I've posted, if you actually watch my channel rigorously, you'll know like I've been trying to clean up some stuff that I had for the Tacoma. I had some stuff for the Matrix. I threw on some coilovers and stuff. So just a bunch of little things that I've been just trying to clean up too before I actually hop into this. Because one of the biggest things too is I daily drive this car. So daily driving this car makes doing anything like this a big hassle. So if I could get this Matrix running perfectly fine, I would, but I keep having little tiny issues here, little tiny issues there, and I thought this car was going to be a lot better than it was, but just a lot of oil leaks are causing this car to run kind of poorly. Because I know this car, for instance, it's leaking oil through like every single gasket that you can think of. Like the valve cover is leaking into all the spark plugs. Spark plugs are filled with oil. The timing chain cover is leaking oil all over the place. I mean, it's not a horrible leak, but it is leaking. And then I think the oil inside the spark plugs is making this car run pretty rough. And then I was just driving this car the other day, and I can't get past 7,000 RPMs again. I think I need to flush the oil out, because I think that filter, the VVTi filter, is clogged again. So this car just was neglected so badly that I thought I could get it running to the point where it was just a few little things, but I think I might start with just taking off the valve cover and replacing all the top gaskets and everything, and then just cleaning the side really good just to see where the leak is actually coming from. Because when you take the side wheel off of this car, this whole side of the car and suspension is just filled with oil and stuff. So I mean, if I'm lucky, it could just be power steering fluid. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt it is. But yeah, there's a few little things that I want to get buttoned up on this car too. So that's why I don't want to just have this car on jack stands for a couple weeks, because like I said, I drive this car every day and I love it. So, but yeah, so that's just a kind of breakdown of where I'm at with the turbo. A turbo video definitely within the next few months, because I miss driving that car so much. So hearing the turbo noises, actually being able to have fun and drive this car, because having the Corolla, the turbo Corolla, the first one, was night and day difference. So I mean, everybody always bashes on how expensive that turbo is for this car, but honestly, it's worth the price. I mean, if you could buy a Corolla like I did the first Corolla I bought was $4,500. If you can find a Corolla around the $4,000 mark that has a healthy engine, and then spend another $4,000 on all this, you have yourself a car, close to 250 wheel horsepower, and it'll probably be just as fast as many WRXs. It'll be quick compared to pretty much every other car out on the road. So, and it's just fun to drive. So, but definitely want to get this thing on there as soon as possible. Alright, but if you guys got any questions on this turbo setup or anything like that, please drop them down below. I'll try to answer as good as I can, but definitely sorry for any delays on this, because I know a lot of you guys are watching because of the turbo Corolla, but there's just lots of little things that I want to make sure go good and we don't mess anything up. So, but with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and I'll talk to you guys next time.